Damn, bro, this is there you go.
Whoa.
Say them quiet like 10 minutes.
Look, fam, it's easy to laugh at, bro, but you gotta understand, dog. This nigga even hit the blunt like he hitting a hooter, fam. Like, a lot of people don't understand what that hooter is, or even know what a hooter is. They're like, what the hell is a hooter? Man, that's that glass dick, fam. Yeah, this man hitting that shit like he hitting a glass dick. That leads me to think that he been doing way more than Perkins, dog. Yeah, he just got that behavior. Once you get that behavior, bro, once you possess that behavior, bro, you fighting something. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Like, I don't know if he gonna go out like DMX. Huh? That's up to speculation. That's up to debate. You know what I mean? But he gonna go out like Willie Lump Lump if he not careful, bro. Look, nobody wakes up. The day that all these people OD, they don't wake up and say, oh, I'm gonna OD today. You know, I'm gonna take enough to OD. You know, that ain't how these addicts think, bro. Yeah, they think exactly like Kodak Black. They think the drugs, these pills ain't never did me no harm. Yeah, I'm still up. I know nigga that done died from. Nigga, I'm still moving. I'm grooving. Yeah, he do. And if you really think about it, bro, he got a work ethic like no other. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real, bro. Kodak Black always working, bro. Y'all drop it in the comments. So it ain't like your average drug addict, but we can be honest and say this man has a problem. You know what I mean? Real shit, bro. They putting all type of shit in that shit, bro. I understand this man just like to have fun. Don't care about how he look. It could be just he got a case of funny face syndrome. Yeah, he might just have funny face syndrome. Without trying, he makes the little facial expressions where you think he's on something. Turns out he might not even just be on as much as he think, bro. I think it was like a couple months ago, 6 months ago, he came out and said, bro, he went from, I think it was like 98 Perkins, 113 Perkins, something like that, to about 30 Perkins. Only taking 30 a day. He say he's fine. Now, I do see a different Kodak Black. It could be because he keep changing himself up. One time he got a mustache. Now the mustache is gone. Then he going with the baby face. Then he cut his hair. Next minute, you know, the man has dreads. You know what I mean? Don't know how it's been. What are they putting in these people's hair? Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. When they get the growing they have, bro, they go from here to here in 3 days. You know what I mean? I don't know what that's all about. You know what I mean? But I will say, bro, it's no way for anybody to say drugs are good. You know what I mean? Yeah, and they might look at me and say, bro, but you be smoking the herb. Look, the herb for Rastafarians puts you next to God, fam. We don't look at that as drugs. That's actually not a drug. It's from the earth. That's up to debate, but that's something I will not debate about. You know what I mean? I will not debate about that. I live my life with the herb. If you choose to live yours without, okay, I understand. But when it comes to doing drugs, fam, lay off of that shit, fam. Yeah, lay off of that shit before it's too late. Look, I had one partner, bro, and it was just like dying wish for me to stop popping them Exos, bro, them Skittles. He was selling them to me too, but he just gave me a whole little discussion on everybody putting this and that in it, bro. You don't know what you want. You know what I mean? You don't know what you getting when you buy it, bro. It's all like a gumbo recipe, meaning a little bit of everything in that shit, fam. You don't know what you're taking to after it has that an adverse reaction on you, and you realize, bro, this wasn't what I thought it was. You be begging God to take that shit out of you, only to find out it's too fucking late. Best case scenario, somebody busts in the door and saves your life. Worst case scenario, you have a seizure or something and swallow your own goddamn tongue back there. You know, let's just be honest. Let's just be real. We know how the story ends. Kodak Black, bro, stop with the bullshit. Yeah, stop with the bullshit. Why? You have to listen to somebody, bro, because you can't go forever listening to nobody. It doesn't end well, bro. Y'all drop it in the comments. The moral of the story is this, Kodak Black. Mr. Black, you know what I mean? Moral of the story is this, my nigga. You might feel offended when somebody tell you about yourself and you're forced to look at yourself without on the outside looking in, from the outside looking in. Yeah, you might be offended, but it's supposed to offend. When it offends, it hurts. When it hurts, you change. You know what I mean? When it offends you, it hurts. When it hurts, you change. One day you will clean up your act, brother. Yeah, one day you're gonna clean up your act. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. We've all been there. He could be affected by his age and him being slightly young and getting older, you know what I mean? But him being slightly young and having some money, it would affect anybody. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. But as you grow up, bro, you'll realize, man, I can't believe. You'll look back and be like, bro, I can't believe I would even act like that. Yeah, I can't believe I was even putting them drugs in me like that, or drinking them sodas, or smoking that tobacco. You know what I mean? Real shit. Look, y'all drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. I promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help me God. You know what I mean? So help me God. That's it. This ain't the trash Kodak Black, because I understand Kodak Black. I was once Kodak Black. At the end of the day, I'm still Kodak Black in certain ways, bro. But you gotta have, you gotta have the will to succeed. You know what I mean? You gotta have the will to succeed and be able to overpower the little vices that the world throw in front of you. Or your story will end just like everybody else, bro. The best case scenario for everybody is that you get a little money, own a little something, live, baby, a good 75 years, bro, and just pass on. You know what I mean? Yeah, but if you doing shit to your human form to put you out the game before them 75, bro, and we ain't all promised 75. It's still everything that could happen on the way. But don't trash your system, bro, thinking it ain't gonna catch up with you. Drop it in the comments, man. Shout out Kodak Black. Hope this message reaches him, fam. I hope this message reaches him, because like I said, we've all been there. But unfortunately for most people in the world, you don't even get a chance to change, man. You don't even get a chance to look at yourself like, God damn, it be already over. Everybody else be already making content on you and doing all the other type of shit, because they done found just slumped over. Shout out DMX, because that was the real guy with real problems. Yeah, real problems that didn't have to go that far. But get what? If you don't want to save your motherfucking self, can't nobody save you unless they kidnap you, like drag on and force your ass to get clean. Look, y'all drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Like, share, subscribe. Peace. Look, we going up, man. The content keep going even when I got to go places. You know what I mean? I still try to keep the content going when it's content to be had. Yeah, shit, when it's content that worth contenting, I'm a content it. Other than that, nigga, peace. Yeah, real shit. Other than that, I pop up when I pop up. You know what I mean? Until my shit get, I ain't got no schedule with it. Scars from the playground. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.